Right now on Fox 35 News at 5, the computer glitch felt around the world.
About 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
In this line?
In this
yes.
line, yep.
There's no line. There's just like chaos.
The global internet outage takes down airports.
I'm never going to get out of here.
Banks.
They get that check on Friday.
And emergency services.
And it all started with an ordinary software update. Yes, updating your computer may have caused a big issue today. This bug crashing computers around the world.
A lot of people woke up to this morning to those blue screens that you might get.
Derailing plans for millions.
I don't even know if I can get home tonight.
Fox 35 News is live with team coverage of the global chaos.
And the tech nightmare continues at this hour. Take a look at these lines around Orlando International Airport today. Hundreds of flights canceled or delayed, and people have been waiting for hours. The outage that hit software systems runs check-ins at the airports and keeps the flights on time, but that's not happening today. Take a look at this time lapse from the FAA. Each yellow plane represents a flight. You can see this day started with a few flights out there since so many airlines had to ground their planes. Eventually, the FAA got involved and helped get air traffic flowing once again. Well, the software update was pushed out by a cybersecurity company called CrowdStrike to millions of Microsoft computers. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Brown.
And I'm Luann Sorrell. But one bug in the system impacted the entire planet. So this is what all those computers and laptops look like today. An error screen known as the blue screen of death. This was on dozens of monitors around MCO. The outage grounding planes nationwide. The problem has now been fixed, but not before more than 4,000 flights were canceled nationwide. Fox 35's Randy Hildreth is joining us live from the airport now. So, Randy, are things looking any better out there?
Hey, good evening to you, Luann. So better is relative depending on who you're talking to, if their flight has been delayed or canceled. If you look right over my shoulder, you'll see people at the TSA check-in point. But as I look around, there are a lot of people still sitting and waiting. So let's get to the hard numbers. I've been following the website Flight Radar that tracks these numbers. As of 4:45, in and out of MCO, we're looking at 374 flights that have been delayed, 111 canceled, and that number continues to go up.
All day long from early this morning.
Why are we waiting in long lines?
There's no line. There's just like chaos.
And we're all kind of stranded.
To this afternoon.
We went to bed like 1 o'clock, back up at 4 o'clock to get here for 6 o'clock. And then to run into this trauma.
Adolphus Punquinet doesn't know when his group of 8 will get home to Mobile, Alabama. Their Spirit flight was one of the thousands impacted by the computer outage that grounded planes. He's concerned they'll have to find a comfortable sofa or chair at the airport and settle in for the night.
All the rental cars are booked up and hotels in the surrounding area are booked up. So we may have to potentially spend the night or try to Uber somewhere else to try to potentially get a hotel.
Punquinet says they flew to Orlando out of the airport in Pensacola. He says Spirit usually runs one flight there daily, and they can't get through by phone to know if they're on tomorrow's flight. To make matters worse for the group, important plans back home are now messed up too.
I had a doctor's appointment at 1 p.m. and I've been waiting for that appointment since March. And now I had to reschedule it, and I can't get back in until October 1st.
Spirit isn't the only airline suffering. American, United, Delta, Allegiant, Frontier also reported issues. MCO officials released a statement today saying, quote, while MCO's IT operations are not impacted, we understand the inconvenience this has caused to passengers and are working with our partners to minimize issues at Orlando International Airport. They suggest flyers check with their airlines for the latest flight information, allow extra time for check-ins and baggage processing, and monitor the airport's website and social media for updates.
And to that point about getting to the airport early, Spirit Airlines is having trouble printing out tickets. So we were over there. They're having to write out boarding passes for travelers. So you can imagine that takes a little bit longer. Coming up new at 6, you'll hear from more people who have been impacted. Reporting live tonight, Randy Hildreth, Fox 35 News.
Randy, thank you. And if you're wondering what exactly CrowdStrike even is, it's a cloud-based software company that detects and blocks hacking threats. It's used by over half of Fortune 500 companies. And the company also helps run cybersecurity investigations for the U.S. government. It sounded the alarm about Russia's potential interference in the 2016 election. And the impact of today's outage stretched across several major industries. Banks, media outlets, and even Amazon reported some issues today. UPS and FedEx both say deliveries may be delayed. Universal Studios and the Kennedy Space Center also say the outage affected some of their systems.